All right, let's dive into one of history's most fascinating and mysterious texts, the Emerald Tablet. Its wisdom has been a source of inspiration for centuries, but what if we've only been getting half the story? Today, we're going to trace the tablet's famous ideas beyond Greece and Rome and follow them all the way back to their ancient roots in Kemet, what we now call Egypt. Let's get into it. You've definitely heard some version of this before, right? As above, so below. It's the most famous line from the entire tablet. It's this incredibly powerful idea that our world, our reality, is a mirror of the cosmos, and the cosmos is a mirror of us. Honestly, this one concept is the key that unlocks the whole philosophy. And that right there brings us to the core mystery we're tackling. We tend to think of this as a cornerstone of Western thought, but what if we follow the breadcrumbs? What if we trace it back, past the alchemists, past the Greeks and Romans, and find its true source in the ancient African wisdom of the Nile Valley? Well, that's the story we're unraveling today. Okay, first up, a god of many names. So who in the world actually wrote the Emerald Tablet? The text is attributed to this legendary figure, Hermes Trismegistus. And that name, thrice greatest, is a heck of a title, isn't it? He was seen as the ultimate master of wisdom, the greatest priest, the greatest philosopher, and the greatest king, supposedly ruling over all three realms of the universe. So, was he a real person? Did this guy actually walk the earth? Well, the answer is a little more complex and, way more interesting than just a single historical person. See, Hermes Trismegistus wasn't one guy, but a fusion, a kind of syncretic blend. When Greek and Egyptian cultures started mixing in the great city of Alexandria, the Greeks looked at the Egyptian ibis-headed god of wisdom, Thoth, and saw their own messenger god, Hermes. They basically said, hey, your god of wisdom and our god of communication, they're the same dude. And so they merged them into one ultimate god of knowledge. This process has a name. It's called syncretism. It's how cultures naturally borrow and blend ideas and traditions. This wasn't some kind of hostile takeover of one god by another. It was this beautiful moment of recognition, seeing a shared divinity in each other's culture. But to really understand where the wisdom in the tablet comes from, we have to focus on Thoth, or, as the Egyptians called him, Tahuti. In Kemet, he wasn't just some scribe god, no way. He was the divine source of all knowledge, the inventor of writing, the tongue of the creator god himself. So, when we talk about Hermes Trismegistus, the deep, ancient, foundational wisdom is flowing directly from the kemetic god Thoth. Alright, section 2, the one thing's miracle. Now that we know the author's got these deep kemetic roots, let's decode what the tablet is actually trying to tell us. This line gets right to the heart of it. It takes us beyond just as above, so below, and starts describing the process of creation itself. The idea is that everything, from the biggest star down to the smallest thought, it all comes from a single, unified source. And then that source adapts itself into the endless variety of things we see all around us. The tablet calls this an infinite continuum. It's this mind-bending idea that reality is a single, unbroken spectrum. Spirit and matter aren't opposites fighting each other, they're just different points on the same line. Everything is connected because ultimately, everything is just a different flavor of that one original source, the one thing. And the tablet describes this as a three-step cosmic dance. First, pure spirit, or force, comes down into the physical world, into form. Then, through experience and awareness, that spirit rises up, ascending to understand what it truly is. And finally, and this is the cool part, this newly self-aware spirit intentionally comes back down into the world to transform it with wisdom. It's a constant, powerful loop of creation, realization, and then recreation. Section 3. Echoes of Ancient Kemet. Okay, so if the author's roots are firmly planted in Kemet, does the philosophy itself match up? Let's trace it back. And the answer is a clear, definite yes. The core ideas you find in the Emerald Tablet aren't some historical accident. They are powerful, direct echoes of spiritual principles that were central to Kemetic civilization for thousands of years. This wisdom has an ancient African pedigree, for sure. And honestly, the parallels are just stunning. The tablet's idea of the one thing, this cosmic unity, that is a perfect reflection of Ma'at, the Kemetic principle of cosmic truth, balance, and order. Creation from a single source, that mirrors the story of the primordial waters of Nun. You can even see the tablet's cycles of transformation in the life-giving annual flood of the Nile. It's all there, a direct philosophical lineage. Okay, so the ancient lineage is crystal clear. But, and this is a big but, if you go online and start searching for this, you are going to run into a major point of confusion. And we need to clear it up right now. That's right. You might have noticed I've been really careful to say tablet, singular. But online, you're going to see tons of references to the emerald tablets, plural. So, what's the difference? And more importantly, why does it matter? And here it is, the crucial distinction. They are absolutely not the same thing, not even close. The emerald tablet, singular, is the ancient cryptic text we've been talking about. The emerald tablets, plural, is a modern 20th century New Age work that talks about ancient Atlantis, space travel, flying ships, the whole shebang. They are two completely separate works that get confused all the time. And here's a great, simple summary from a community discussion online about this very topic. The original singular tablet is a cornerstone of the Hermetic tradition. The plural tablets are a modern creation, maybe inspired by it, but they're not part of that classical ancient lineage. The key point here is to know the difference, so you don't get tripped up by misinformation. So let's bring it all home. What's the big takeaway from tracing this amazing tablet all the way back to its African roots? Well, it shows us that this celebrated text, this pillar of so-called Western esoteric thought, is actually a vessel. It's a channel that managed to preserve and transmit the profound, perennial wisdom of ancient Kemet across thousands of years in countless cultures. So why does all this matter? Well, for one, it completely reframes one of history's most influential ideas, rooting as above so below in the ancient wisdom of Thoth. It shows that the tablet's beautiful philosophy of unity is a direct echo of Ma'at. It helps you separate ancient fact from modern fiction. And maybe most importantly, it highlights that a foundational Western text is actually a powerful testament to the enduring world-shaping legacy of ancient African philosophy. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. If the Emerald Tablet carries these deep Kemetic truths, what other cornerstones of our world in philosophy, science, or spirituality might also have their true origins on the banks of the Nile, just waiting for us to rediscover them? Thanks for exploring this with me.